Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Miles, and today we'll be looking at the Toneforge Ben Bruce plugin by Joey Sturgis Tones. Now, if you don't know who Ben Bruce is the guitarist of Asking Alexandria, and Asking Alexandria is like a kind of metalcore band. They use really tight guitar tones and stuff in their records, so this plugin is his signature plugin. And this is what he used on one of their albums, which sounds like this. I think that sounds pretty good to me. It sounds like a $4,000 amp they're going through. So, for the value of this plugin, I think this is a great plugin. So what we'll be doing, we'll be going through all of the different effects you've got here. So we've got the pedals, the amp, cabinet, effects. You've got a parametric EQ, and you've also got a limiter as well. So you've got a lot of different options here, and we'll start by turning everything off besides the amp and the cabinet. And before we do that, the guitar I'm using is my custom-made Australian-made guitar, which has the EMG James Hetfield pickups in them. So I found that active pickups work best with this particular plugin. Ben Bruce uses Fishman Fluence pickups, I believe. So if you have a active pickup guitar, I recommend this one, definitely. Alright, so we'll go through some of the amp tones, and we'll see how it sounds. Here's the direct guitar tone with the amp turned off. Not very good. And when we go in and we turn the amp on, sounds awesome. Nice crunchy tone there. So we'll go through some of the amp settings. So we have on the amp, we have a gain, bass, mid, treble, presence, and output. So this matches your basic kind of amp style that you'd find on any tube amp or, solid state amp. Any of those, this matches that. We have a gate here. So if I turn the gate off, there's a bit of hissing sound. And also, if I stop my guitar, you're going to hear the strings ring out. It's like a ching from the strings up here. So you can turn up this gate, and this is a really good noise gate. It's probably one of the best noise gates I've ever used. Cuts that straight out, and it also sustains the note as well. There's not many noise gates that can do this very well. They always cut off a note short, or they always mess up the fade in and the fade out. So here's the volume swell, just on an E chord. I'm going to swell up the volume, and there's going to be no cutting in or cutting out. And that is a sign of a awesome noise gate. We've got the input gain, so we can turn this up a bit. I found out that this is kind of the magic knob here, because you can go from a sound like this to a sound like this. Which sounds amazing. So, this is our amp. Now onto the cabinet. You've got 4 different options for mics. You've got the condenser. You've got a 57, which sounds awesome. You have a 421. And you also have an off-axis 57. So I think we're going to stick with a condenser for now. You can also load in your own IRs, but I've found that the JST cabinet is just superior to all of those. Okay, so going on to the front effects, you've got an overdrive here, and you've also got the channel switcher. So the channel switcher, your lead channel is your distortion channel, and you've also got a clean channel as well. Nice solid clean channel. Alright, now turning on the overdrive, we can double click to turn them on and off. Then you can also click here and adjust your controls. So here's with the overdrive off first. And here's with the overdrive on. That sounds awesome, nice and chunky. Okay, so you've got a drive and you've got a gain and a tone, so it's very similar to your OD pedal that you'd get, you know. Adds a nice boost to it as well. So this will be going into our rhythm track that you heard at the start. And here we have the effects. So I'm going to double click on this, so I'm going to turn on the effects. And we have a stereo delay, a rotary, and a reverb. So we'll start off, we'll try and make a good lead sound as well. So let's start off with the stereo delay. We have mix, feedback, tone, offset. So the offset changes it like this. That's cool. You can also sync it to your DAW's BPM there. So here's the reverb. You can get some nice room tones, just like this. Or you could bring it up, and you can get some really nice ambient swells as well. So combining this with our stereo delay, we can get a nice lead sound. And in the middle here we have the rotary. So let's have a listen to this one by itself. You've got a few different settings on this. So the rotary is like a crazy chorusy sound. It's mimicking a rotary speaker that used to. They don't really do that many of them anymore, but here's what it sounds like. We're on a slow setting. Let's turn the tone down to about 60. So they're both on about 60. Let's move on. So I'm going to double click the effects and I'm going to turn that off for now. Here's our parametric EQ. Now what you can do with this, you have different bands, and with these ones you have a high pass filter, which is the low F, and then you have a low pass filter, which is the HF. So what this does, it cuts at certain frequencies. Now I think this sounds pretty good, but if you're really into tweaking sounds, then you can have a look at this. You have your Q as well, which is the wideness of what you're cutting. So if I turn this one on, I've targeted about 6,000. I don't like this. There's a higher mid sound that I don't really like about 6,000. That's that sound there. You can hear it there. We're going to turn it down. Maybe -3. That sounds great. Now, the last one here is the limiter, and a limiter is like a compressor with an infinite ratio. And we just reduce the threshold, and it gets louder. This sounds great. I think this is going into our tracking as well. Alright, and I think we've gone through everything in this. I highly recommend this if you are looking for a great plugin that sounds like a high-end amplifier for your metal tones and your clean tones as well. You get a lot. You don't just get an amp. A lot of amp plugins you get is just emulating the amp, but here you get effects. You get the overdrive. You get 2 channels. You get a bunch of different mics and a cabinet to use. You have 3 really good effects pedals. You've even got a built-in parametric EQ and limiter as well. So you get a lot for your money. I'd highly recommend it. Follow the link down in the description if you're interested in this plugin. If you like my kind of videos, then please check out my channel. My name is Miles Green Guitar. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got any questions about this, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to have a chat to you guys about this plugin and see how you guys set it. I'd like to see what you guys did and see what sounds good. You can probably get a better tone than me. I'm not too great at this stuff, but I'll play a little bit more, and we'll see you out of the video. Thanks for watching.